And welcome to another fun Friday at Camp Yarnsy. Are you ready to try knitting a sweater? Or are you a seasoned sweater knitting pro? Then join us for our next Camp Yarnsy knit along, which is falling into sweaters. We're going to get started on Monday, June 21st, and we're going to be working for 6 weeks and end on August 30th, 2021. Join us live every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, and 5 Pacific. Get the information, including the links to the virtual meetings and the pattern information at yarnsy.com. If you enjoy this video and like to see more tips and tricks from Camp Yarnsy, check out our YouTube channel and don't forget to subscribe. And remember to share and like us on Facebook. It's always nice to share with friends. And follow Camp Yarnsy on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and our Ravelry group. And as a special thank you to our Yarnsies today for watching and supporting Camp Yarnsy, we have a free gift. Now you gotta watch the video to get your free gift. It's gonna be a good one. Today's topic, what knitting needle is best for me? Part 2 projects. If you missed part 1, check that out first and then come back and check out this video. So this one is going to be more specifically related to the knitting materials, the needles that is, the materials they're made of, and how to best fit your knitting needle to your project and to your knitting style. But get ready. Now this one is in a quiz format as well as the previous week one was as well. Very similar format. Get ready to comment in the chat below. Or if you're the shy type, grab a paper or pencil, something to write with and something to write on, because we are about to get started, because it's quiz time. All right, and as normal, I'm going to start my clock. Now, I'm also going to be using a 10-minute clock, because again, it'd be nice if you had some time to answer some of these questions, wouldn't it? So let's get started. First question, the feel of the needle. So the temperature, how does it feel to the touch? Which knitting needle feels the coolest? So which one feels the coldest? Is it bamboo wood, carbon, metal, or plastic acrylic? So tell me which knitting needle feels the coolest? Is it bamboo wood, carbon, metal, plastic, or acrylic? And put your answer in the chat below. Let's see what everyone thinks. Which one do you think feels the coolest to the touch? When you pick it up and you hold it, which one feels the coolest? All right, I hope you answered. Metal is the answer. Metal feels cold to the touch. Now, why is this good for knitting? Well, if you think about yarns, metal is a great option for using yarns which bloom and or snag due to heat friction. The metal surface keeps these types of yarns manageable while knitting. Also, if you have naturally sweaty palms, it's a great option. Now, kind of a downfall of the metal knitting needle is, of course, sometimes the sound, the clink, clink, clink sound as you're knitting. But hey, no pain, no gain, right? Number 2 on this list is carbon. While carbon gives you the benefits of that metal tip, it kind of gives you a little bit of the wood warmth in that barrel section without the maintenance that's required for sometimes the bamboo and wood knitting needles. And if you have not cared for your wood or bamboo knitting needles, check out an upcoming Fun Friday where we talk about all about how to care and store the knitting needles. And number 4 on this list is acrylic or plastic. Because plastic does not breathe well, it's going to feel hotter. Also, if you have naturally sweaty palms, this is not the best option for you. If you have naturally sweaty palms, bamboo or wood might be the best option because the wood can absorb some of that moisture. Now, moving on to the next question, yarn weight. Match the yarn weight to the needle. So, which needle is best for working with lace yarn? Which needle is best working with fingering or sport yarn? Which needle is best for DK or worsted weight yarn? And then which needle is best for the bulky or super bulky yarn? So I'll give you a few moments. So match the yarn to the best needle option. Keep going, you're almost done. Put your answers in the chat. Let's see what everyone's thinking. All right, I hope you're done. Here come the answers. All right, lace weight yarn. It's best to use bamboo or wood because it gives you a little bit of grip and it'll help stick those really tiny threads onto that barrel of the needle. Fingering a sport is best for metal needles because again, you have a little bit of slickness where you can slide the needles from tip to tip. DK or worsted weight is best to use with the carbon fiber knitting needles. This is due to the strength of the carbon fiber needle and the durability. Bulky, super bulky yarns, it's best to use with plastic needles. Again, because plastic, if you learned last week, is hollow. So again, while you have the weight of the bulky yarn, you don't want the weight of a heavy needle, do you? So that plastic acrylic is the best option there. Next question, yarn texture. Which needle is best for silk, alpaca, and other slick fibers? Curious minds want to know. So which needle do you think is best for silk, alpaca, and other slick fibers when you're knitting? Is it bamboo, wood, carbon, metal, plastic, or acrylic? Put your answer in the chat below. Let's see what everyone's thinking. Few more seconds, pick one. I only bite on Tuesdays. Today's Friday. Here's the answer. There's actually two answers. The best option is bamboo and wood because it will again grip your stitches. Carbon fiber is the second best option because again, the barrel of the carbon fiber needle is the carbon fiber. So while it does not have the same exact grip that bamboo or wood does, it has a very similar snug grip with a little bit of friction. Now, which needle is best for scratchier fibers, such as knitting with wool, cotton, hemp, and synthetics? So which needle? Bamboo, wood, carbon, metal, plastic, or acrylic? Which is the best choice there? Type your answer in the chat. Here we go. Metal is option number 1 in this category. Plastic acrylic is option number 2. Now, why metal? Well, metal is the best to work with these types of fabrics because it keeps the yarn, which has a little bit more fibrous, little arms, etc., hanging out there. Helps keep all of those little bits and barbs from getting caught in the grip of the needle barrel. So it helps it, again, make it easier to transition your stitch from needle tip to needle tip. And plastic and acrylic is a good option as well. However, it's not the best type for use with synthetic yarns due to high friction. Again, working with acrylic with the metal needles, you might also get what's called triboelectric charging. It's shocking. There's my bad pun for this video. So there is your option. So for the scratchier fibers, wool, cotton, hemp, and synthetics, the metal needle is a great option. Stitch grip. Which needle will give you the most stitch friction? Which one of those needles will help you keep your stitches, if they're super slick, on that needle best? Which one? Bamboo, wood, carbon, metal, plastic, or acrylic? Put your answer in the chat. Here we go. Bamboo wood is the best option. As again, that wood has a little bit of friction, helps hold those stitches on. While carbon fiber is a good number 2 option, that metal tip can be a bit slick for some people. And metal, watch out for those falling stitches because we know that's super slick. And plastic acrylic, that's the actual number 2 underneath bamboo wood because have you ever gone down a slide and maybe had your booty kind of stick a little bit? Just saying. But it depends on the type of materials because again, super synthetics, more friction, not happiness. Knitting speed. Which needle is best for speed knitting? Is it bamboo wood, carbon, metal, or plastic acrylic? Type your answer in the chat, pretty please. Let's see what you're thinking. I'm curious to see what your thoughts are on this one. Here we go. Knitting speed. The best needle for speed is metal. Now, metal has a very slippery surface, which is, again, perfect for speed knitting. Now, many professionals and experts do prefer metal needles, but that carbon is a close number 2, as it gives you that metal tip, so it still gives you the speed, but it has a little bit of a higher friction in that barrel because it has that carbon fiber core to it. Knitting tension. All right, match the knitting tension to the best needle option. So if you have a loose knitting tension, which needle is best for that type of grip? Light hold. If you hold it with a light hold on your needle, which needle is best for you? If you have a tight grip on your needle, which one is best for you? And death grip. The jaws of death are needed to get that knitting needle out of your hand. Which knitting needle would be the best option for you and your, again, knitting tension style? A few more seconds on that one. I know it might be hard. You might have some that you're thinking, ooh, that could go either way, but try your best. Here we go. All right, if you have a loose knitting tension, bamboo or wood knitting needles are the best option for you. This is great because it'll help you keep those stitches on your needle. Keep it in place. Now, if wooden needles do not create enough tension for you, try the acrylic or plastic needles. That is why, for a light hold, it is recommended that you try the plastic or acrylic needles because they give you just a little bit of friction, but not nearly as much as that bamboo or wood. Now, if you have a tight grip, it's best for some of those knitters with that style to try the metal needles. And I am out of time, but I'm going to keep going because you know what? I'm almost done. Whoops. And I'm going to go back. Let's go back in time, shall we? Ready to time travel? Time travel. That was fun, wasn't it? All right. So for the tight grip, metal needles are a very good recommendation. Tight knitters love metal needles because of the slippery, slick transition slide between the needles. It's easy for them to slip again, the needles from one needle to the other. It's also great for knitters that have a kind of a strong grip. But I will say, when you get into a really tight grip, you're going to want to watch out for those small needle sizes, US 2 and lower, because you may end up bending those metal needles with your grip. Now for death grip, it's recommended the carbon needles, give those a try. Because I will say, a lot of very tight knitters and professionals prefer the carbon needle. Why? Because it's very hard to break, bend, or warp these needles with strong tension. So there's your option as far as your knitting tension and your knitting needle style. Now remember I mentioned a free gift? Oh yes I did. So we have a checklist for you to help you match your knitting needle to that project, to the yarn type, to your preferred knitting style, and more. Not only, again, when you're getting your supplies ready for the next project, think about the actual knitting needle material because it matters. It's more about the journey, right? Than it is about just grabbing it and getting there. So make it more enjoyable. Make your next knit more fun with the needle that works best for that yarn and that project type. Get the checklist at yarnz.com/knitting needle project. Once again, that website is yarnz.com/knitting needle project to get that handy dandy checklist. And next Friday, we're going to talk about knitting needles and arthritis. We have some great recommendations as well as some items you may have never seen before. So check us out. And Camp Yarns would like to thank its 2021 Virtual Fiber Festival sponsors, which include Yank Your Yarn, Wild Stitchers, and Crazy About Yarn. Check out these vendors' websites to get more information. If you enjoy this video and like to see more tips and tricks, subscribe to the Camp Yarnsy YouTube channel. Also, it's helpful to get reminders when we put new videos out. So if you have trouble remembering about Fun Friday, happens on Fun Friday every Friday, then don't forget to subscribe to our Camp Yarnsy YouTube channel. Also remember, sharing is caring, and Mom likes it when you share. So share us and like us on Facebook. Follow Camp Yarnsy on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and our Ravelry group to get more information on our upcoming new events and activities. And thank you, Yarnsies, for watching and supporting Camp Yarnsy. I am Lindsay Lichtenstein, hoping you have a fabulously creative day, because once a Yarnsy, always a Yarnsy.